hella guys. Welcome to 10 minutes of football, where we talk about 10 minutes of just straight football. I'm Brody, and we'll be talking about how the New York Giants can win the Super Bowl. Now, realistically, they're not going to win the Super Bowl of what their roster looks like, so I'm going to change it a little bit. So, without further ado, let's get started. So, the draft was great. With their first pick, which is the third pick, they got defensive end Abdul Carrera out of Penn State. And then they traded for Jackson Dart out of Ole Miss with the number 25 pick. Then they didn't pick all the way until the third round, which at a 65 they took defensive tackle Darius Alexander out of Toledo, which I thought was a pretty good pick. I like that pick. And then in round 4, they pick out a 105. And they take running back Cam Scatterbo out of Arizona State. And then round 5, they pick at a 154 guard Marcus Membrew out of Purdue. I think that guard is going to turn into more of a center, because I'll tell you why in a second. Because I'm going to tell you what I'm going to think about all those. And at round 7, which I think is going to be the Steelers, Thomas Fidone the second out of Nebraska. So that roster itself was pretty bad. So here's what I'm going to fix up. So in free agency, they signed Javon Holland, the safety, a 3-year, $45.3 million deal, which I thought was pretty cool. And then they also signed cornerback Paulson Adebo to a 3-year, $54 million deal. Now, here's what I add to the team. Left guard Will Hernandez to a 4-year, $40 million deal with $30 million guaranteed. And then they signed right guard Brandon Sheriff to a 2-year, $16 million deal with $14 million guaranteed, because he's starting to get a little bit old now, so I think it'll be good, so he can get it 2 years and then retire. And then sign defensive end Zadarius Smith to a 3-year, $20 million deal with $15 million guaranteed. So far as I get with all the free agents, here's what I've traded. New York Giants received Jaden Reed. Green Bay Packers received Wan'Dale Robinson, a fourth round pick, a 5th round pick, and a 2027 3rd round pick for Jaden Reed, of course. And then we'll trade to Atlanta. Atlanta receives Theo Johnson and a 2028 3rd round pick and then we get the New York Giants to get Kyle Pitts, which I think would be a great piece to this offense. So far, the offense will now look like the quarterback one will be Jackson Dart, obviously, because they spent a 1st round pick on him. Why don't you start him day one? And then running back one, Tyrone Tracy Jr., running back 2, Cam Scatterbo, wide receiver 1, Malik Neighbors, then wide receiver 2, you got Jaden Reed, wide receiver 3, Darius Slayton, tight end 1, Kyle Pitts, tight end 2, Thomas Fidone the second, left tackle Andrew Thomas, left guard Will Hernandez, center John Michael Smith Jr., right guard Brandon Sheriff, right tackle Evan Hill. The reason why I'm saying Evan Hill is going to be a starter because they spent so much of a high pick on him. Why won't you start him? But he does suck, I know. So don't hate me on that. Now we go on the defense. The potential defense was left end Abdul Carter, yes, the rookie. Defensive tackle Dexter Lawrence. Defensive tackle number 2 is Darius Alexander, the rookie, by the way. There's going to be a ton of rookies on the starting job. Right end is Darius Smith, the new guy they signed, which I want to sign. Cornerback 1, Paulson Adebo, which I think is going to be a great fit for them. And then DB2 will be Drew Phillips, which is like a very, very underrated guy. Cornerback 3 is Deontay Banks. Hopefully, he can turn back to his rookie season, which would be great for the Giants because then they can get like a good secondary going. At edge rusher, we got Kayvon Thibodeau. It'd be nice. And then into linebacker, Bobby or Kariki. I don't know how you say his name, but I think they say his name. And then right edge, you got Brian Burns. And that free safety, you got Javon Holland, who they just signed this year. And that strong safety, they got Tyler Nunnam. Now, since we've got out the potential roster that they could have, now we can talk about the schedule. Now, well, looking at the schedule for the Giants, they had the number 1 hardest schedule of all time. Like, I mean, just talking all time. I'll probably tell about the scores and all that stuff. So, So let's not further ado. Let's get on to the schedule. So the Giants have to play the Commanders week 1. Giants getting that all. That it. They start 0-1, and then I think it's gonna be a little bit closer because like everyone's like new to their teams and whatever. So I think the Giants lose to the Commanders like 24-7. Okay, I think they get a touchdown out of it, and then I think the Giants. So then next week, the Giants play the Cowboys. I think the Giants get a win on this one. I think they win it with a good 31-23 win, which I think would be great for them. I'm talking stupid, but whatever. And then they got to play the Chiefs week 3 Sunday Night Football. We just know the Chiefs are gonna stink on them like 45-20, because that's like a late touchdown or whatever, and no one's gonna care. So because everyone wants to go home because they know the Chiefs are gonna win, and he's black magic on the Chiefs. The Chiefs are going to use black magic on the Giants. My bad, guys. So then week 4 is Chargers Giants. So we're going to get a 1 p.m. game. I think the Giants, if they had this roster, I think the Giants would win their game. So right now they're at 500. They're at 2-2 right now, headed to week 5 against the Saints. The Saints are going to tank. They go 0-17 this year. They're not going to do anything. So I think the Giants will win this game to make them go 3-2. And then they got to play the Eagles on Thursday night, which is going to suck because the Eagles are just going to freaking run them down. So they're going to be at 500 against at 3-3. They're 3-3, headed. They run face against the Broncos at like midday, I guess. So Giants and Broncos, I'm going to say it's like a good 25-16 win for the Broncos. So then they have like a little bit of a losing season right now. The Giants are like, whoa, we're at 3 wins, so let's see what we can do now. Now the Giants, they got to play the Eagles again, but not in prime time. It's just a normal 1 p.m. game. I think the Eagles will smoke them. So we go 3-5, headed to week 9 against the Niners. I think the Niners are not going to be good this year. I don't know why people will be like, yeah, they do it. I think the Giants, if they do it, I think they'll win. Against the Niners, so they go 4-5. So they're feeling good. They're facing against the Bears. I think the Bears are going to be better this year. But that pass rush is going to help them out a crap ton. So they can go 5-5. And then Giants vs. Packers. The Packers are going to smoke them because they think they're going to be on top of the world. So they're going to go 5-6 right now. And then they're heading against the Lions. Come on now. It's going to be the Giants. They're going to beat the crap out of the Lions. I'm just kidding. They're not beating the Lions. So the Lions are going to win 63-4. It's never going to be happening before. It's going to somehow be 4. Don't know how. So right now they're at 5-7, headed Monday night against the Giants vs. Patriots. The Giants are most likely going to win that game. So now don't make no corny jokes. They're going to be now 6-7. Oh, 6-7. Like, no, stop funny. Okay, they have to play the Commanders. I think the Commanders will win this game. Like, they'll smoke them like 35 to like 3. So they're like at 6-8 right now, headed to week 16. And then so it's Giants Vikings. Give me the Vikings on this one, honestly. So now they're like 6-9, headed to week 17. They have to play against the Raiders, which easiest money ever. They should win 28-10. So now they're like 7-9. They're gonna end their season with a win over the Cowboys, which I think their record is gonna be 8-9 this year. 8-9. What a big jump from if they do this, because their defense is just would be completely stacked and all that stuff. So that is my record predictions and all my moves on how they can win the Super Bowl. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs this year because they have a hard schedule. And let me know if there's any more teams, any more teams that you want to try to rebuild or anything else. Let me know down in the comments. And I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.